Every single morning, your brain is being rewired, whether you realize it or not. And the scary part? For most people, that wiring is locking in stress, pain, and brain fog before they even leave the bed. But there is a 7-minute window after waking when your brain becomes so malleable, so open to change, that what you do in those moments can either trap you in the same life or flip a switch into a completely different level of clarity and power. A leading Harvard neuroscientist recently sounded the alarm about a specific 7-minute morning ritual, warning that it can rewire your brain so fast it may be dangerous for unprepared minds. Yet Tibetan monks have quietly used this exact sequence for over 1,000 years to build laser focus and dissolve chronic pain, long before anyone could measure brain waves or talk about neuroplasticity. It wasn't suppressed because it doesn't work. It was feared because it works too quickly, giving ordinary people access to a level of neural control the establishment never expected. In 2019, researchers at Harvard's Brain Science Initiative discovered that certain morning protocols can trigger accelerated neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to form new connections and physically reshape itself in record time. Instead of celebrating this breakthrough, they issued warnings, afraid of what might happen if people could rewrite their brains without supervision. Questions exploded. Would old memories erode? Would personalities change too fast? The system panicked, while ancient traditions had already been safely harnessing this power for centuries. Here's what is actually happening inside you. Within 30 minutes of waking, your body goes through the cortisol awakening response. Your stress hormone surges by 50–75% like a biochemical jolt that can either chain you to pain and anxiety or become the most powerful rewiring window of your entire day. Used unconsciously, it fuels morning neck tension, fog that doesn't lift until noon, and that same dull back pain that's haunted you for years. Used correctly, it turns your brain into wet cement, ready to take on any imprint you choose. This 7-minute ritual hijacks that spike and redirects it into complete neural optimization, like installing fresh, clean operating software in your brain every single morning. The breathwork alone melts tension from your neck, shoulders, and lower back by flooding your nervous system with oxygen and flipping on your vagus nerve, the master switch that controls how you experience pain. Follow the steps precisely because your nervous system needs time to adapt to this level of power. Minutes 1 to 3 are the neural reset breath. You sit upright on the edge of your bed, feet grounded because spinal alignment is non-negotiable if you want maximal vagus nerve activation. Your left hand goes on your heart, your right hand on your belly, creating a feedback loop that instantly signals safety to your nervous system. Then you begin a modified 4-7-8 breathing pattern designed to flood your prefrontal cortex with oxygen and drop cortisol by around 40%. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts, letting your belly rise instead of your chest to activate true diaphragmatic breathing. Hold for 7 counts as oxygen saturates your brain tissue and nitric oxide releases, opening blood vessels and dialing down inflammation. Exhale through your mouth for 8 counts, fully emptying your lungs and activating the parasympathetic rest and repair mode that shuts down pain signal. You repeat this 6 times. By the 3rd cycle, many people feel tingling in their fingertips as oxygen reaches the peripheral nerves, and by the 6th, tension in the neck and shoulders often drops dramatically. There is a warning here. If you feel lightheaded, you slow down, because your brain is literally shifting structure in real time. If you're new to breathwork, you start with 3 minutes and build gradually, giving your system room to adjust. Minutes 4 to 5 are the visualization lock-in, when your eyes stay closed and your brain slips into a theta state, the same frequency Tibetan monks reach after hours of deep meditation. Instead of wasting that window, you seize it. You visualize your ideal day with ruthless precision, not vague wishes. You see yourself moving without pain, making clear decisions, feeling a wave of energy at 3 p.m. instead of crashing, and effortlessly knocking out your top 3 priorities. The secret is emotion. You don't just watch it, you feel it. You feel the confidence in your chest, the absence of pain in your body, the sharpness of your mind as if it is happening right now. Your brain cannot distinguish a vividly imagined experience from a real one, especially in this high cortisol theta wave state. In those moments, You are carving new neural pathways, turning your reticular activating system into a guided missile that starts filtering reality to reveal solutions and opportunities you were blind to for years. You stay there a full 2 minutes. Most people rush this part, and that's why their lives don't change. Minutes 6 to 7 are the intention imprint. You open your eyes and speak your main intention out loud in one clear, present tense sentence. Something like, "My mind is sharp and my body moves without pain," or "I make clear decisions and attract the right opportunities today." You repeat it 3 times, each time with deeper conviction, because your voice isn't just sound. It activates additional regions in your motor cortex and stamps that pattern deeper into your nervous system. You're effectively telling your entire body, "This is the operating system we're running for the next 16 hours. Then you stand up slowly, place both hands on your chest, and take one final deep breath, sealing the neural imprint. Under the surface, that breathing sequence just triggered a cocktail of neurotransmitters. Dopamine for motivation, serotonin for steady mood, and GABA to quiet anxiety. Your cortisol didn't vanish. It was converted from scattered stress into focused energy. The visualization lit up your prefrontal cortex, the CEO of your brain, while simultaneously calming your amygdala, the fear center that loves to amplify pain. That's why people with chronic pain often see surprisingly dramatic shifts. Pain is not just in the body. It's a neural loop you've been reinforcing every single morning, and this ritual cuts directly across that loop. The intention phase created what neuroscientists call prospective memory. Your brain now holds a template for the day that it subconsciously works to fulfill. This isn't mystical manifestation, it's applied neuroscience, turning your nervous system into an ally instead of an enemy. Here's what usually happens next. In week 1, focus improves within about 72 hours for most people. Morning stiffness starts to ease by day 4, and decision-making becomes noticeably cleaner as you stop constantly second-guessing yourself. Your energy between 2 and 3 p.m. rises instead of crashing. Between weeks 2 and 3, pain reduction often becomes dramatic. The well-worn neural pathways of chronic pain begin to break down, sometimes with stories as intense as one person dropping 15 years of neck pain in just 10 days on this exact protocol. Your manifestation ability seems to increase, not because the universe suddenly changed, but because your reticular activating system is now tuned to notice openings you've ignored for years. Around 30 days in, many people experience what feels like a full neural reboot. Peak cognitive performance becomes the new normal. Brain fog disappears and chronic pain either vanishes or drops by 60–80%. There is one non-negotiable rule: do not skip days. Consistency is what locks in the rewiring. Your brain needs repeated exposure to make these pathways permanent. Missing even one morning can set you back 3 to 4 days in progress. If you're new to breathwork, you scale up. Maybe start with just 3 minutes total and build to the full 7 over a week, letting your nervous system acclimate to this level of intensity. Some people experience emotional waves during visualization, sudden tears, anger, or unexpected feelings. That's not a sign that something is wrong. It's old stored trauma finally leaving your nervous system. You don't fight it, you let it move through. If you have serious cardiovascular issues, you treat this like any powerful practice and talk to a doctor before playing with breath holds. This ritual isn't fantasy or a magic trick. It's intensive neural training, and powerful tools always deserve respect. The challenge is simple. Run this 7-minute ritual every morning for 7 days straight and watch what shifts. Track your focus, your pain levels, your emotional stability. Many people see huge changes in the first 72 hours, but the truly deep transformation tends to hit around the 2nd week mark, when new neural patterns start to dominate the old. They tried to keep this protocol forbidden because it gives you too much control over your own neurology. Now you know the exact steps. 7 minutes every morning, no excuses. Your brain is ready to be rewired. The only real question left is whether you're willing to do what most people never will.